Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to a new workout vlog. So this is one out of my 2 full body workouts for the week, and I'm starting things off here with incline bench. So this was 210 pounds for 6 reps. I've been sort of stuck at this strength level for the past little while now, and I'm not really expecting to break out of it just because I'm cutting right now, and honestly, I'm just hoping to maintain my strength. And that's really the goal once you're beyond that beginner stage of lifting and you're not fat. The goal is just to maintain your strength on your lifts in the gym. That's what's ultimately going to allow you to maintain your muscle mass. You want to just fight as hard as possible to not let any of that strength go. So this is done using the Polarity training method, where you warm up to one heavy set in the 6 to 8 rep range, and then you rest 3 to 5 minutes, you take 10 to 20% of the weight off the bar, and you go for a lighter back down set in the 8 to 10 rep range or the 10 to 12 rep range. So 2 hard, high quality sets taken to the bleeding edge. So this is 190 pounds on this back down set, and I got 8 reps here. So really guys, a lot of people, they think it's absurd that I train just twice per week. They think it's absurd that I do just 2 sets for an exercise. And that's because they train like pussies and they've never experienced actually physically exerting themselves on their sets. So when you're actually training hard, all of a sudden you can drop the volume, right? And then you can spend less time in the gym, you make better progress because now you're emphasizing recovery and you make really good strength gains. And this is why everybody thinks Polarity Fitness is the best shit once they actually start applying it, because not only are they spending less time in the gym, but they're actually making way better progress than before when they were burnt out doing a bunch of bullshit, spending 4 to 6 days a week in the gym. Then they find my shit and they have a light bulb moment where they're like, oh man, this makes a lot of sense. I've been dicking around this whole time. So this is just a couple sets of Romanian deadlifts here. I do this with straight sets across, just 2 sets with 275 here. So this is just a couple sets of 8 reps. And a common question I get asked is like, what's better, conventional deadlifts or Romanian deadlifts? The truth is that they're both fantastic exercises for building the posterior chain. Nowadays, I stick a little bit more to Romanian deadlifts, mainly because of recovery. So conventional deadlifts, while they will put a little bit more overall muscle mass on you, they are very hard to program correctly. It's very easy to overtrain on them. It's very easy for them to put a huge dent in your recovery. So sometimes I push conventional deadlifts too hard and then my lower back is like fried for 2 weeks, and my CNS, my whole central nervous system is just fried. So I find Romanian deadlifts are a little bit better in terms of the recovery. And they hit the hamstrings a little bit harder because you really get that stretch on the hamstrings, which is great for muscle growth. But conventional deadlifts, they will put more muscle mass on you overall. And I recommend, if you're a beginner, master the conventional deadlift before you start doing Romanian deadlifts. You really want to get that foundational movement down and mastered, because conventional deadlifts are fantastic. I recommend spending half the year doing conventional deadlifts and then the next half doing Romanian deadlifts. This is a couple sets of incline dumbbell rows, 90-pound dumbbells for a couple sets of 10 to 12. So guys, maxing out my fucking dumbbells here, which is a great problem to have. So yeah, this is just, a couple hard sets taken pretty much to failure. I'm gonna probably have to start hitting the public gym now, using a bit more machines like cable rows, hammer strength rows, because yeah, maxed out my dumb. I'm getting too fucking strong, guys. What can I say, So yeah, really the goal, guys, the goal here when you're cutting, this is how you judge a successful cut. Are you maintaining your strength in the gym? Are your lifts staying the same? Is your weight going down slowly? And is your waist measurement decreasing slowly? That's the sign of a successful cut, okay? A lot of people, they try to lose fat. They do shit tons of cardio, right? Tons and tons of cardio, which I don't recommend. Whether you're trying to build muscle, whether you're trying to lose fat, stay away from intense cardio. It's counterproductive for having a good physique. You want to stick to mostly getting lots of walking and getting your steps in. But a lot of people, they just lose as much weight as possible and they strip off any muscle mass that they started with and they look significantly worse. So the goal when you're training has to be to maintain your strength in the gym. It has to be that. That's ultimately how you're going to maintain your muscle mass, and you need to train very, very hard, right? And to facilitate that training intensity, to facilitate training really hard, you need to be following a low volume approach focused on basic compound exercises. That's the key, right? So now I'm just putting the icing on top of the cake here with a couple isolation exercises. There's some lateral raises. Lateral raises, I pretty much just do a couple sets to failure, to burnout. I don't really count the reps, usually somewhere between 20 to 25 reps. I just want to get that burn in the side delts. Lateral raises are super important for building capped delts. You really want to focus on lateral raises to get that sort of that round shoulder appearance. But again, you know, most of your shoulder size is going to be built by heavy overhead pressing. So I took some weight off my barbell curls recently just because I wanted to keep the form a little bit more strict, even though the last few reps I'm definitely using a lot of body English, which I find is okay as long as I'm hitting the biceps hard. I ended up taking a little bit of weight off the bar for the second set. Usually I don't do that on my isolation exercises, but I felt as though I would fall out of the rep range I was targeting. So I took a little bit of weight off the bar, and I thought my form was degrading a little bit too much towards the end of that last set as well. So that's fine. Sometimes you gotta do this intuitively. You know, if you feel like your next set's just gonna be complete dog shit, you're gonna fall out of the rep range you're aiming for, then it's okay to take some weight off the bar. You know what I mean?